4 runs in the first, 1 in the second. For this contest, Carter Templeton and Chase Cooley will be the men on the mound for both these teams as we get set for that contest coming up in just a little bit. As we will get you that as we look ahead, and again here on KCCR Sports on YouTube, getting set for our second game, as we'll have the lineups coming up here in just a little bit, as well as also those pitchers and what they did last year, but not a whole lot to tell you about from both these guys from last year's opportunities to be on the mound, although Chase Cooley did pitch last year for the Yankton Bucks during the spring baseball season. We'll take a break. We'll come back in 3 minutes as you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in 3 minutes.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sunshine Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627. As we welcome you back, we are getting set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Pierre Governors and the Yankton Bucks. John Wickler with you on this Saturday evening, as we will, looking like things are kind of getting back to where they want to be for our internet and on YouTube at KCCR Sports for our second game, as Chase Cooley is on the mound for our second game for Yankton. He threw 10 innings last year in 4 relief appearances and 1 start for 5 total appearances. He gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. So that ERA at 0.7 and the whip at 0.9 on the year for Chase Cooley. As the starting lineups, it is going to be Carter Shufflebind to lead things off. He's the shortstop, Hudson Stosher the second baseman, Sutton Sunshine the catcher, Hudson Schaefer the first baseman batting fourth. Porter Hunsley will be the number 5 man playing center field. Parker O'Brien batting 6th and playing third base. The first pitch will come inside for ball 1 as we're underway here in game number 2 at 7:22 for first pitch on this Saturday evening. Glad you're with us here on KCCR, on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Ground ball off the diving glove of Sam Goki over at third. It's an infield single for Carter Scheffelbein, and the leadoff man is on to kick off this ball game. And a good start for the Governors to get that first man to reach base, and it brings up Hudson Stosher, the second baseman, who was very good in that first game. 3 for 3 in the game, 3 singles and a walk, reaching base all 4 times he came to the plate for Hudson Stosher, as he is the first pitch bunting down the first base line, but it will roll foul. And the count's 0-1. Again, Chase Cooley did have one start last spring, and the 5 appearances that he had in, and to continue the starting lineup, Jaron Deal is batting 7th for the Governors, and he is playing left field. Will Danbury, the right fielder, batting 8th, and Bridger Babcock, the DH, in the number 9 spots here in game number 2 for the Pierre Governors. This is a bunt down the first base line again. It will be picked up by the first baseman, and the tag applied, and Easton Fieser retires at Stosher on the sacrifice bunt, and there is a runner now at second with 1 away here at the top of the first inning. And Sudden Sunnenshine's got an early opportunity for an RBI. Fielded by the first baseman, Easton Fieser. Will go through the defensive alignment here in just a moment for the Yankton Bucks, who are looking to try and go 2-0 on the young season. First pitch to Sunnenshine. That's high for ball 1. Carter Boozma still out in left. Tate Bestie in center. And Brennan Gilmore now is in right. Over at third is going to be Sam Goki. Beck Reichen at short. Jackson Kuderas at second. Easton Fieser at first. Gavin Joss behind the plate. And this is fouled back by Sunnenshine on the 0-1 pitch. Now make it 0-2, or make it 1-0 pitch to make it 1-1 from Chase Cooley. Carter Templeton for the Governors. He is making his varsity debut. First inning, and will he have a lead to work with? That pitch. 3-1 here to Sudden Sunnenshine. The top of the first with a runner on at second. Lead right away here at the top of the first inning. Schaefer in game number 1 went, and now here's the chance for Schaefer. Pierre and Yankton, as you're listening to
start, and that includes your technology. Whether you are looking to upgrade or need to breathe new life into your current device, CommTech is your one-stop solution. Experience the brilliance of LG OLED TVs, the immersive sound of Sonos and JBL, or the unmatched performance of Lenovo laptops. Buy with confidence thanks to our price match guarantee and 0% interest on selected purchases. We're your locally owned technology experts on the truck bypass. CommTech, we sell the best and fix the rest.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
As we welcome you back, it is a 0-0. Still trying to get ourselves going on YouTube at case well for any of it. But Dixie's the left fielder. Liam Villanueva, the DH, batting 7th. Brennan Gilmore, right fielder, batting 2. Beck Reichen, the shortstop. 2-0 pitch. So 3-0 count. And the count's now 3-1. Sam Goki with runner on first. Goki in game number 1 went 2 for 3. Reach base. So Easton Fieser, that got started. And we'll have a mound visit here as Runners at first and second, and nobody out here in the Templeton. Here's the 0-1. For tip-off here in less than 20 minutes. Final four team. The Fighting Illini came back and beat Stozier. Back to seconds. They got him out of big play there for the Governors. And in his first starts. So 1-1. Two away. Runners at first and third. Runners at first and third. There's a chopper that will. There's a chopper that will be first inning. No runs on one hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base.
Favorite team. At First Dakota, favorite team. At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans. We're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
As we welcome you back, it is going to be Porter Hunsley coming to the plate as we are still trying to get the internet all sorted out. First pitch is for a strike. And it is here for Porter Hunsley. And it's now a 1-1 count. Here in the top of the second inning, as the Pierre Governors and the Yankton Bucks. Here's the 2-1. That one's upstairs, and the count's now 3-1. So 3-1 count here to Porter Hunsley. Lead things off here in the top of the second inning. And that will be a leadoff walk to Hunsley. And again, apologize for being very short on how I'm explaining the whole game, trying to get our YouTube going at KCCR Sports. I believe maybe we're in a much better spot now moving forward. But it is a runner on at first, and it's Parker O'Brien to the plate. First pitch, Hunsley takes off, and O'Brien will swing and foul it away for strike one, and count goes to 0-1. All right, now I think we might be good now moving as the game continues here on YouTube at KCCR Sports. So glad you're with us, glad you hung tight, and hopefully that will give us the rest of the way here. As there's a swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt to the turf, and the count's now 0-2. It is Hunsley, O'Brien, and Deal. Hunsley over at first already with the 5-pitch walk. O'Brien, who had a base hit RBI in the top of the third in game number 1. Here, the runner on at first and nobody out in the top of the second. Quick pick off and diving back in without a play is Hunsley over at first base. And this is the second of our doubleheader. Scheduled originally at 1 o'clock, but the wind, as this is fouled away on the first base side, the wind and the temperature just made it much easier to play at 5 o'clock tonight instead of trying to go at 1 o'clock and being a Saturday. And the Governors are also playing in T tomorrow, so It didn't really change much of how the weekend was going to go for Pierre. There's a swing and a miss by O'Brien, and there's a strikeout. And there's one down now here in the top of the second inning. And it brings up Jaron Deal. So Pierre will take on T at 12 o'clock tomorrow, but it is a chance here to still split this doubleheader against Yankton, as the first pitch will miss low for ball one to Jaron Deal, who went 1 for 4 in the ball game, 2 strikeouts. He was caught looking to end that ball game in game 1. Runner takes off, the throw to second, the slide in, and Hunsley will slide in safely. And it was a called strike to make it a 1-1 count, but a stolen base now for Porter Hunsley. And Jaron Deal's got a chance to give the Governors the lead, which would be their first today, with a base hit. One out here in the top of the second. 1-1. It is upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. Looking for the sign, and the 2-1 pitch upcoming here from Chase Cooley to Jaron Deal. As foul out of play on the right side. And it moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, want to thank KYNT for allowing us to use their video for the day, able to share the video from their feed and our feed, using their cameras. That center field look. That one will bounce in. Good block there from the catcher, Johnson, and it does move the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hunsley on at second base, so again, he won't be off with the pitch, and so there's only 1 out. Good opportunity here for the Govs to jump out in this first game. Or in this second game, excuse me, and take the first lead of the second game. 3-2 pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, second walk issued in the inning. And it's first and second now with 1 away. And it brings up Will Danberg, the right fielder. Danberg did have 17 plate appearances. Had just 1 hit in those 17 plate appearances, 16 at-bats. Had an RBI. Didn't pick up a triple during the summer season last year. First pitch to him will be at the knees for strike 1. The right fielder here in game 2 for the Govs. Maybe a chance to swing the bat a little bit more often here this year as the junior. Maybe be in the field a little bit more than what he was last summer and in the spring as well. That one will miss low, and a good take there from Danberg. Good pitch from Cooley, but a good take from Danberg, and the count goes now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, and the count goes to now 2-1. Runners at first and second here in the top of the second. And a scoreless game between Pierre and Yankton, game 2 of our doubleheader. Here at Riverside Field down in Yankton. First time that been a long time since Pierre has opened up the season not out on the western side of the state. That one will catch the outside edge, and the count's now 2-2. And one of the rare times that Pierre and Yankton have played a regular season matchup. Every time they've played against each other has usually been in the playoffs of some sort, whether it be in the state tournament or regional round, as this will be chopped foul to the right side. I think the only other times they've really met during the regular season usually ends up being a triangular somewhere, and they'll usually meet in Sioux Falls and play a game. But rarely have, really the only times I've been down to Riverside Field, I was helping with KYNT calling the state tournament a couple years ago for the Legion season. Here's the 2-2. That is upstairs, and the count's now 3-2. So it has been quite some time since the Pierre Governors have been down here in Yankton. But a great facility, great baseball field with the river in the background. Here's at 3-2. That one's fouled away, and we'll do it again here at a 3-2 count. Good battle here for Danberg against Cooley. On deck, number 9-man Bridger Babcock. 3-2 pitch again from Cooley to Danberg. Fly ball to left field, going back onto the left fielder. Still, that's over his head and will get down. Over the head of Carter Boomsma. Porter Hunsley will round third. He's on his way to score. The throw will be late, and it's an RBI double for Will Danberg and a 1-0 lead for the Governors. First extra base hit today from either side. And it scores a run, and the Govs have their first lead of the doubleheader. So a double for Danberg. Bridger Babcock to the plates. 2 runners in scoring position, and the Govs can put a crooked number up on the board here at the top of the second. Here's the first pitch. Upstairs for ball 1 to Babcock. Bridger Babcock in game number 1. He did reach on an error. Went 0 for 3 in total, but did reach on the air and score. Here's the 1-0 to Babcock. Foul tip into the midst of Gavin Johnson, and the count's now 1-1. Runners at second and third with 1 away here in the top of the second. RBI double for Will Danberg. One pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. Top of the order is waiting on deck. They'll really do some damage potentially. Infield is in all the way around here for Yankton. Ground ball, they're going to try and keep that runner at third, and Jaron Deal. The 2-1 from Cooley. Delivers. And a good curveball that drops at the bottom of the zone. 4 strike 2. And the count's now 2-2. Got to put the ball in place somewhere here if you're Bridger Babcock. Deal leading away from third. Danberg leading away from second. 2-2 is high and outside. The count's now 3-2. Carter Shufflebein waits on deck. This can go a long way to a win or a loss on either side, depending on how the rest of this inning shakes out. 3-2, swing and a miss, and Babcock will strike out. And there's now 2 down here in the inning. And it's up to Carter Shufflebein to allow this to be a crooked number for the Governors. Hudson Stosher waits on deck. Here's the first pitch to Shufflebein. That'll miss low and away for ball 1. Outside of the sacrifice bunt from Hudson Stosher, there's been he has not been retired yet other than that sacrifice bunt here today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Shufflebein ground ball through the hole on the left side for a base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to hold up the runner at third base. Danberg will stop there. It's an RBI single for Carter Shufflebein, and the Govs now lead it 2-0 here at the top of the second. Shufflebein's now 2 for 2 in this game. And Hudson Stosher to the plates. See if he can continue the hot streak here in opening day. And do you try and put Shufflebein into motion early? And I mean not just early in the count, but just early in general to try and get to a rundown to see if they can score Danberg as well and take another run. Shufflebein takes off. The throw will head up towards second. They're going to tag him out. Danberg stayed at third, and that will retire the side. And the tag applied, and Shufflebein, who did not slide, will be tagged out, and that will send us to the end of the second inning. But 2 runs do score on 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. 2-0 lead for the Govs over Yankton. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health and your time matter to us. Our team takes pride in providing personal, professional care, from filling your prescriptions quickly to answering your questions every step of the way. Need a little extra convenience? We offer free delivery right to your home or office. Because at Shane's Pharmacy, you're our family, friends, and neighbors, and we're honored to care for you. Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us. Call 605-223-9200 or stop by in Fort Pierre. Shane's Pharmacy. Proud to support our local high school athletes.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry, from commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades. Our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
As we welcome you back, it is a 2-0 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard as we head into this bottom of the second inning. And we'll get you the lineup here in just a moment, as it is going to be Carter Boomsma that will lead things off here for the Yankton team. And the Bucks will have to try and work from behind here in this ball game. And Boomsma, who had the big two RBI single to get Yankton on the board in game number one, will take low for ball one to get us started here in the bottom of the second. Boomsma waits on the 1-0 pitch from Templeton. That'll miss low, and that counts now 2-0. Here to start this bottom of the second inning. Boomsma, Villanueva, and Gilmore, the first three hitters. Two-0 pitch will miss high and inside. The count's now 3-0. And Templeton has struggled so far in this first part of the game. He obviously got the 0 in the bottom of the first inning, but started with a walk and hit by pitch. He was able to work around it. As that one's over for a strike, the count's now 3-1, but he does have a 2-0 lead to work with now here in the bottom of the second inning. Again, he got that double play, base hit by Gavin Johnson, but able to get the ground out to get out of the inning. This will be fouled on a play, and the count's now 3-2. Really want to work in front of these hitters against Yankton, especially against Yankton. They're a good hitting baseball team that you look at up and down from just last spring, and then you look in the summer, too, where they end up going deep into the state tournament. 3-2 pitches, grounded foul over to the third base dugout. That you can't – they score a lot of runs, so you can't give them extra base runners, make them earn everything that they can get. Here's a 3-2 now from Templeton to Boomsma. That will miss low for ball four. The leadoff man is on to kick off the bottom of the second. Liam Villanueva will step to the plate. And for Villanueva, his first at-bats here in the spring, and did not step to the plate at all last year for this Yankton Bucks team. Pick-off attempts, and that one caught by Schaefer over at first. Had to dive across and over the top of the body of Boomsma over at first base. Boomsma was trying to, again, whether he was going or not, was trying to time up where Templeton was going to, when he was going to pitch, as the first pitch will miss for ball one inside. And again, is behind the hitter is Carter Templeton. Here's the 1-0 now from Templeton. Again, Boomsma starts to move towards second, and another pickoff attempt, and back in over at first base. Standing up that time was Boomsma. So now back to the stretch. Templeton, 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. And the count's now 1-1. 2-0 is their score here in the bottom of the second. RBI single double for Will Danberg, and then RBI single for Schuffelbein. Made this a 2-0 lead on 3 hits so far for the Govs. Runner takes off, 1-1 pitch is skied out to center field. Porter Hunsley will back up. He will make the catch, and there's one down, and retreating back to first is Boomsma. And Villanueva is retired here for the first down, the bottom of the second, and brings up Brennan Gilmore, the right fielder. Now, wind has significantly died down. You don't hear it in the microphones anymore. And then on top of that, you're seeing the ball carry a little bit farther into the outfield now. Everything was coming in for the outfielders in that first game, and then Will Danberg hit the double over the head of the left fielder and Boomsma. And that time, Hunsley had to back up. Didn't back up a whole lot, but the ball still got behind him to make the catch, which I don't know if that would have happened in that first game. This was popped up on the right side. Hudson Stocher moving over the foul line. He'll make the catch. It was going to be a fair ball, but Stocher was able to make the catch, and there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the second. And here's Jackson Kudera to the plate. Kudera went 0 for 2. Did not have a plate appearance. He played in 2 games, but did not have a plate appearance. And Kudera in that first game went 0 for 1 with a ground out to the first baseman. And Bridger Babcock in that first game. Runner takes off, pitches wide, the throw to second. The tag by Stocher, not going to be in time. And it will be Coach Rowley making his way out to talk with Hudson Stocher to make sure that he is okay. But everything seems to be okay. So stealing second, first pitch was a ball as well. So it's a 1-0 count to Kudera, and Boomsma is in scoring position. So now it's Kudera the chance to cut the lead and have the base hit. Templeton comes set. 1-0 pitch. That will catch the inside corner. Good 2-seam fastball. Looked like it had a lot of movement cutting back towards the batter and Kudera. Counts 1-1. Here from Templeton to Kudera, and that will bounce away. We'll get to the backstop, and it's now a 2-1 count. And over to third base will head Boomsma. And so a 2-1 count here with 2 away. But a runner on at third, and Sun and Shine has got to make sure that he gets everything blacked out in front of him. Boomsma 90 feet away from making a 2-1 game. 2-1 pitch from Templeton to Kudera. That's a fly ball that's fouled down the right field side and out of play, and the count moves now to 2-2. Templeton looking for his first strikeout. Be a big one right now to get through this second inning and to keep the top of the order from coming up until that third inning. Listen to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station as we are past 8 o'clock on this Saturday night. Here's a 2-2. Templeton delivers. Fly ball again. That will slice foul down the right field line, and it remains a 2-2 count. Beck Rankin, the shortstop, is waiting on deck. That's the top of the order. Base hit makes it 2-1. Templeton looking to get out unscathed. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one will miss high and outside. And it's now a full count at 3-2. Templeton in that first inning, a walk and a hit by pitch, a walk and a hit by pitch. He had a walk to start this second inning as well. And now Boomsma's over a third. 3-2, swing and a miss. And Templeton will get out of the inning without allowing a run. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. to complete here in Game 2. 2-0 lead for Pierre as we head to the third. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the third inning, and it is the Pierre Governors leading 2-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And it is going to be Hudson Stosher to lead things off to get us rolling in this third inning, as the first pitch is fouled out of play on the right side. And we, again, are welcoming those on YouTube at KCCR Sports. I think we have it all figured out. Even KYNT's got it figured out because just had to move me away from the internet to help things out a little bit. But the count's 0-1 here to Hudson Stosher. An RBI single, a double for Will Danberg, and then RBI single from Carter Shuffleby in that second inning. The 2 runs that have scored so far for the Governors as we play here in the top of the third. Here's the 0-1 upcoming here from Chase Cooley. That will be fouled back to the screen, and the count is now 0-2. Here to Hudson Stosher. He had a sacrifice bunt in the top of the first inning, the only time that he's been held off a base, and it does not go down as an at-bat anyway. So every time that he's had a plate appearance, I guess every time that he hasn't given himself up as an out, he has reached base. With 3 hits in game 1 and a walk, and then also looking to make his 5th time on base. 0-2. That'll be just inside for ball 1. I think Hudson Stosher was starting to walk to the dugout. That was halfway to writing a backwards K on the score sheet. That was very close to take for a 2-strike pitch. But Stosher gets another opportunity here in the 1-2. He'll foul it away. It remains at a 1-2 count. See if Stosher can find a way to get on base after what nearly was strike 3. Here's the 1-2 from Cooley. That'll be a check swing. They will check him over at first, and he did not go, so the count goes now 2-2. Just kind of saying, like, when things are going well for you at the plate, and for Hudson Stosher, again, even if he doesn't get on, things have gone well in this first game. The call goes your way, and you find a way to still be swinging the bats. If you're in a slump, that probably misses a couple inches off the plate. It's called strike 3. Here's a high chopper again. This will be fielded by Beckerach, and the shortstop is throw to first. Just gets Hudson Stosher, and the leadoff man retired here to kick off the top of the third inning. And it brings up Sonnenschein to the plate, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. He is 0 for 1. As he is looking for his first hit, but he is 0 for 4 in total. He didn't get hit by a pitch back at the top of the third in game number 1. And then also reaching a fielder's choice. Here's the first pitch to Sonnenschein. Fouled it straight back to the netting again. Counts 0-1 here to the number 3 man in the batting order. It's 2, 3, and 4. With 1 out right now here in the top of the third inning. Hudson Schaefer, and if anybody reaches base, it'll go to Porter Hunsley. The 0-1. That will catch the bottom of the zone on a curveball, and the count's now 0-2. Looking for strikeout number 5 is Cooley. 2 in the first and in the second. That'll miss inside, and it's now 1-2. He struck out Sunshine and Schaefer in the first inning. After that leadoff single, he was able to retire the next 3 guys in order. He also struck out O'Brien and Babcock in the second inning. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout of Sunshine. There's now 2 down here in the top of the third. And it brings up Hudson Schaefer. Schaefer 0 for 1 with that strikeout looking. He is 0 for 4 in total in the 2 games, but he does have an RBI walk. In the cleanup spot for the second straight game, the first pitch is over for strike 1. Will be followed by Porter Hunsley and Parker O'Brien if anybody can reach base. Here's the 0-1. That one will bounce in. The count's now 1-1. Again, if we have time and it's permitting, we will get you part of the final game of the night, as this is fouled back of the NCAA tournament. As Arizona and Purdue right now in the Elite Eight. They just got underway not too long ago. 1-2 pitch. Misses inside off the glove of Gavin Johnson, but the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, join us tomorrow, 12 o'clock, first pitch for Pierre and T. On the radio side, we'll have YouTube only until the church service is done on the radio. 2-2 misses outside, and the count's now 3-2. Obviously, the church service starts at 11. Once we're done with the church service, you'll probably just hear me mid-sentence jump right into the game that's going on at the time. 3-2 pitch will miss for ball 4, and Hudson Schaefer reaches for the second time that he has been walked today. And no clean inning for Chase Cooley. And it brings up Porter Hunsley, who drew a walk and stole a base back at the top of the second. Did come around to score on the double by Danberg. Otherwise, you can head over to YouTube at KCCR Sports and catch the pregame and first pitch. This will be fouled back for strike 1. But if you're the traditional, like to listen on the radio, you can stay on KCCR. Not sure what might be the issue here again. Don't know if they were crossed up on their signs. The umpire walked out with Gavin Johnson to go talk to Chase Cooley. The count is 0-1. Quick pickoff attempt, and diving back in safely over at first is Schaefer. Here's the 0-1 now from Cooley. That is taken right at the letters for a strike, and the count's 0-2. Schaefer leads away from first on the 2-out walk. 0-2 pitch from Cooley. There's a line shot. That's a base hit into right field for Hunsley. Schaefer stops at second, and it's first and second now with 2 away. The base hit for Porter Hunsley. It allows the inning to continue to bring up Parker O'Brien. 4th hit of the ball game now for the Governors. O'Brien to the plate, who struck out swinging back at the top of the second. As we play here in the top of the third, and a 2-0 lead for the Governors over Yankton. O'Brien's got a chance to extend this 2-0 lead. Did have an RBI single back in game number 1. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Big hack there by O'Brien. Count is 0-1. Boy, that wind is just a drastic difference from game 1 to game 2. That one will catch the outside edge, and the count's now 0-2. I mean, we all live in South Dakota, so we all understand how drastically it feels when the wind dies down from 30 to 40 mile an hour winds to being about 10 miles an hour. Just feel the difference in even in the press box, as that one will miss upstairs, and the count's 1-2. Still a little bit of wind, though, and it's blowing in. That American flag out in left center field is blowing straight towards home plate. Here's the 1-2. And that one, a good take there from O'Brien. That was a off-speed pitch that was a strike probably for 90% of that pathway, and then the very last moment missed the plate, and O'Brien did not go chasing it, and it didn't miss by a whole lot. 2-2 with 2 on and 2 outs. Here at the top of the third, a 2-0 lead. O'Brien out towards right field, but that's a line shot right to Gilmore, and he will make the catch, and it retires the side here at the top of the third inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the third, and it is 2-0 lead for Pierre over Yankton. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
As we welcome you back, it is a 2-0 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And here in the bottom of the third inning, and it is for the Yankton Bucks. It will be the top of the order. Beck Reichen, Sam Goki, and Easton Fieser. Reichen drew a walk. Goki was hit by a pitch, and then Fieser lined into that double play. Helped the Govs get out of that first inning jam without anything taking place. As Carter Templeton delivers the first pitch here at the bottom of the third. That will miss inside for ball 1. Templeton, that was pitch number 34. With 2 complete innings, 69 pitches for Chase Cooley. 40 of those 69 for strikes, as that will be fouled away. Counts now 1-1. And looks like maybe seeing some activity shortly in the right field bullpen, or can't really tell for sure if that would be activity or not. Oh, a couple of guys just hanging out the far end of that bullpen. That one will be taken for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. So no activity really in the right field bullpen yet for Yankton. Here's the 1-2 from Templeton to Beck Reichen, looking for strikeout number 2 for Templeton. Swing and a miss. He'll get that second strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Templeton. And one down here in the bottom of the third. And it brings up Sam Goki. Goki hit by a pitch. Second time he was hit by a pitch in this doubleheader. Got to third base, but was stranded over at third. As the first pitch here from Templeton comes in, and that one just misses inside, didn't break back enough. Goki had started to bail out from it, but does miss for ball 1. The 1-0. That one is missing upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. Two-0 pitch from Goki, or excuse me, from Templeton to Goki. That one will miss low below the zone, and the count's now full at 3-0. And Templeton does not, while it's not been easy going to get ahead of hitters, he hasn't really backed down when he's been behind the count, and has been able to work through the first 2 innings unscathed and able to work around guys in scoring position. This is fouled out of play, and the count's now 3-2. He's been able to strand 3 guys through 2 innings, but each inning there's been a runner on at third, left stranded for Yankton. So it's not been easy for Templeton, but again, he hasn't given in. The count is 3-2. And from 3-0, he'll get a pop-up on the 3-2 pitch. Shuffle bind just outside of the infield turf. He'll walk his way back in, make the catch, and there's 2 down now here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And it brings up Easton Fieser. And really the only downfall from what Templeton has had so far, as Coach Lawrence will talk with Fieser here, is with the pitch count, Templeton he could go 4 shutout innings, but he is going to put his pitch count up much higher than what you would like it to be because he hasn't been able to get ahead of hitters and finish them off early on. However, in first game of the season, trying to just work through and being able to grind through innings, the longer that 0 stays up, the more that you really like the outing from Carter Templeton, regardless of it being one that maybe had a few too many first pitch balls thrown compared to first pitch strikes. Here's the first pitch to Fieser. There's a first pitch strike from Templeton. Fieser lined out to the second baseman, Stosher, in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 0-2. And Templeton will try and see if he can make quick work of Fieser. Number 3 man in the batting order. It's a lot easier said than done to try and make quick work of Easton Fieser. 0-2 pitch. This is popped up on the left side of the infield. Foul territory. O'Brien will call for the coach's box, and he can't make the catch. Bounces off of his glove. And it remains an 0-2 count, and Easton Fieser will get extra life here. And so now Fieser will walk his way back. Templeton still with an 0-2 count, has plenty to work with here, and he can throw something outside the zone and see if he can get Fieser to chase it. Here's the 0-2 pitch again from Templeton to Fieser. Ground ball on the right side. Schaefer stays with it. He'll step on the bag, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for Carter Templeton. And the Govs will lead it 2-0 at the end of 3. As we head to the top of the 4th, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute.
With Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union's new online and mobile banking features, you can apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Send and receive secure messages with our team and manage your debit or credit card with ease. Plus, enjoy seamless digital wallet compatibility. Tap, pay, and go with confidence. Your money, your control, your convenience. Download the app today and experience the future of banking. Safe, simple, and always with you. All deposits are insured up to $250,000 by NCUA.
Wagner Auto in Pierre has been hitting home runs for over 100 years, delivering quality vehicles and top-notch service to our community. Whether you need a rugged truck, a dependable SUV, or a fuel-efficient car, we've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road. Proud sponsor of this season's baseball action, we're here to help you drive home a great deal. Stop by today or visit WagnerAuto.com. Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the 4th, and it is the Pierre Governors leading 2-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. As we do have a A new pitcher in. It will be Sam Goki that will take over on the mound for Chase Cooley. And so we will check the final stats and also check to see where everybody else will be at on the field. But Sam Goki does take over. And for for Cooley, he went 3 innings, giving up 3 hits. Both runs were earned. He had 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. He threw 69 pitches in total. And so Samuel Goki takes over now on the mound. And Kamshoff will take over at third, which again will get rid of the DH, obviously with Goki going in, but Kamshoff will go in the place of Villanueva, who had just 1 at-bat. And he would be due up 4th in the bottom of the 4th inning. For the first man to greet Sam Goki will be Jaron Deal, 7, 8, and 9. Deal, Danberg, and Babcock. He might reach his base. It will go back to the top of the order for Carter Schuffelbein, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI. First pitch from Sam Goki. That'll be upstairs on the top of the zone for strike 1. Sam Goki last year on the mound, 43 1/3 innings. That was the second most. So you've seen back Reichen, who had the most innings pitched, as they will check to see if Deal swung, but they say no swing. But Goki, who threw 43 1/3 innings, he had 4 relief appearances, has 9 total appearances on the season. That's missing low and away. The count's now 2-1. He had 7 wins, went 7-0 with 33 hits, 19 runs earned, 19 runs, only 7 of them earned, 8 walks and 43 strikeouts, a 1.13 ERA and a 0.95 WHIP. As the count's now 3-1. So he was allowing less than 1 guy on base per inning. Here's the 3-1. And Deal will ground it over as he rolled over to the shortstop. Throw to first from Reichens in time. The leadoff man retired. Here to kick off the top of the 4th inning and brings up Will Danberg. Danberg had the RBI double that got the Governors on the board before the RBI single from Carter Schuffelbein. 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning here at Riverside Field in Yankton. 4 hits so far for Pierre, only 1 for Yankton. That came on the single from Gavin Johnson back in the 1st inning. First pitch will miss low and away, just missing the corner for ball 1. Goki's got good velocity on the fastball. Here's the 1-0 from Goki. That one catches the bottom of the zone. Get on that corner, the count's now 1-1. You look on the other side, Carter Templeton, 47 pitches through 3 innings. Here's the 1-1. Chopper in front of the plate, so now it's going to be fielded. That's going to be off the glove of Kamshoff, the third baseman. And that will go down as an error, and the man is on at first. And Danberg has reached base both times. But the first error of this ball game for Yankton. And from either side. Bridger Babcock to the plate. He struck out swinging his first at-bat. Goki will throw that baseball to the dugout and get a new baseball from the home plate umpire. The lefty Babcock will step in. Danberg will get his lead away from first. 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 4th. Top of the order is due up next here for the Governors. First pitch swing, ground ball left side, diving. It's off the glove of Reichen. Rounding second, Danberg thought about going to third. Hesitated just enough to say, there's no way I'm going to make it to third in time. So it goes to the base hit. Reichen tried to dive for it. He got a glove on it. But it didn't end up hurting Yankton with Reichen getting a glove on it and then going out into left field. They're down the line, and it's now first and second, but it does bring up the top of the order. And Carter Schuffelbein with a chance to extend this Governor lead. He singled home a run back at the top of the second. He's 2 for 2 so far in this game. First pitch will miss outside for ball one. Really good spot here for the Pierre Governors with the 2 on and 1 out. Number 8 and 9, we're each got an error and an infield single. So a 1-0 pitch. That one will catch the outside edge, and the count's 1-1. Five hits in the ball game for the Governors. Shufflebine's got 2 of those 5. 1-1 pitch. Chopper again. That's over the top of the plate. Fielded by the shortstop. Reichen is thrown to first. Will retire Shufflebine. Makes it second and third. That was the only play that they had. And there's now 2 down, and it will bring up Hudson Stosher to try and extend this lead.
Second baseman Hudson Stosher.
Stosher's 0 for 1 so far. Ground into it. He had the sacrifice button, then ground out of the shortstop Reichen. He's got 2 guys in scoring position here with 2 outs at the top of the 4th. First pitch to Stosher. That one's fouled off the helmet of the catcher and Gavin Johnson for strike 1. Base hit, again, could make this a 4-0 lead. Richard Babcock will be off with contact, so he's got a good chance of scoring with anything that gets through the infield. That's a curveball that drops in. Stosher gave up on it too early, and it dropped right in for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. Danberg over at third, Bridger Babcock at second. 0-2 pitch from Goki. This is popped up on the infield on the right side. Goki calls for it. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. And the Governors will strand runners at second and third, and unable to score here in the top of the 4th inning. No runs, a hit, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. And at the bottom of the 4th, 2-0 lead for the Governors over Yankton. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732. As we welcome you back, it is a 2-0 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it is going to be 4, 5, and 6. Gavin Johnson, Tate Bestie, and Carter Boomsma. Anybody reaches base, Cam Schaff will be the man that will come to the plate. As he took over at third base after it was Simon Kamshoff, that is, took over at third base for Sam Goki, who went to the mound. But Gavin Johnson will lead things off here in this bottom of the 4th inning, and a 2-0 advantage for the Pierre Governors over the Yankton Bucks in Game 2 of our doubleheader. First pitch will be taken for strike 1 to Gavin Johnson, who has the lone Yankton hit. Who singled through the right side in the bottom of the 1st inning, made it 1st and 3rd, but the only hit so far for Yankton is this to be fouled out of play, and the count is now 0-2 here to Gavin Johnson. Tate Bestie, Carter Boomsma Next two guys, heart of the order, 4, 5, and 6. Or middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6 for Yankton. 0-2. That's upstairs. The count's now 1-2. Again, Templeton, through those first couple innings, not in a bad spot to try and extend his outing out. As this has popped up on the right side. Backing up is the right fielder, Danberg. Now he'll come in, go towards the line. He'll drop the baseball. And it will land in fair territory, and it's a runner on at first. And an error charge to Danberg, and the first one of the day for the first one of the game for the Governors. And so it's now Tate Bessie the plate. That one, Danberg had gone back in a little bit to his right, then had to come into his left, more towards the line, and unable to make that catch. Templeton with pitch number 51 on the way right now. And Templeton is being told to step off, and thankfully does, because he was at the windup at that point. And it would have been an easy steal for Gavin, or for the courtesy runner for Gavin Johnson. That one's fouled back. And the count's 0-1 here to Tate Bestie, who grounded out to the second baseman, Stosher. Back in the bottom of the first inning. Have been rare that we've seen someone go 2 full innings without coming to the plate. But for Gavin Johnson, Tate Bestie, they did not hit at all in the second or third. Showing bunt, pulling it back, and then taking it at the letters for a strike was Bestie, and the count's now 0-2. And so what could have been maybe a 1-1 count or even a bunt attempt from Bestie now turns into, don't think that he's going to be trying to bunt with 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. That one taken for strike 3, and Templeton went all around the strike zone to get the first out. And a strikeout of Bestie. 3rd strikeout of the ball game now for Carter Templeton, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 4th, and it brings up Carter Boomsma. He walked, got to third base, and then was stranded there in the bottom of the 2nd. It was a 1-2-3 third inning for Templeton. That one to be fouled back for strike 1 to Carter Boomsma. Simon Kamshoff, the third baseman, is on deck. Looking for his first at-bat or first plate appearance. Here's the 0-1 to Boomsma. That one just misses a little low, and the count's now 1-1. He walked, Boomsma has, but again, he had went 2 for 3 in game 1 and had the first of the 2 big hits for Yankton in that first inning in game number 1. This will miss outside. The count's now 2-1. Looking for ground balls, Templeton. Something up the middle to get it out of the inning. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Boomsma, and the count's now 2-2. And that runner on at first is on with an error. Here's the 2-2 now from Templeton as he'll peer in for the sign. He'll come set looking for his 4th strikeout. 2-2. Taken for strike 3 and back-to-back backwards Ks, and there's now 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 4th, and here is now Simon Kamshoff. Villanueva flew out to center field in his only at-bat as a DH, but with the pitcher and Goki coming from third base to the mound, eliminates the DH, and Kamshoff now will get to swing the bat, and he'll take strike 1 on the top of the zone in the far corner. Leadoff error, and now there's back-to-back strikeouts. Pickoff attempt and diving back in safely. Johnson was getting farther. The courtesy runner for Johnson was getting farther away from that bag over at first. Templeton checks on him. 0-1 pitch. This was fouled out of play. Now it's 0-2. Trying to work around the leadoff air. Kamshoff, first at bat of the 2026 season. Down 0-2 the count to Templeton. 0-2. That comes upstairs, and ducking underneath it was Kamshoff. So it moves it to a 1-2 count. 1-2 now from Templeton. He'll deliver. That one will miss upstairs, and now from 0-2, it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With that runner on at first. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-0 lead for the Governors. 2-2 from Templeton. Popped up. That's going to be out of play. No chance for Sun and Shine, and might be down to the last baseball. And nope, they got one more baseball in the pocket for the home plate umpire. Another 2-2 pitch upcoming here from Carter Templeton to Simon Kamshoff. Templeton will come set from the stretch and deliver the 2-2 pitch. Check swing, but a strikeout anyway. And it will retire the side. 3 straight strikeouts in the inning for Carter Templeton. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left on base. 4 complete here in Game 2, and Pierre leads Yankton 2-0. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute.
Your mornings shouldn't start in chaos. At Pure Closets, we create custom closets, laundry rooms, mudrooms, and more designed to change how your day starts, lowering stress, lifting your mood, and helping you get out the door on time. Manufactured locally in Pierre, our solutions are built around how you live. Reclaim your time by reclaiming your space. Call Pure Closets at 605-223-5855 for a free in-home design consultation. Pure Closets, organized for life.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the 5th inning and a 2-0 lead for the Governors over Yankton. American Family Insurance, Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard, Sutton Sun and Shine, Hudson Schaefer, and Porter Hunsley. 3, 4, and 5 as the first pitch is a foul tip into the mid for strike 1. As Sam Goki is working into his 2nd inning of relief. Carter Templeton, no activity on the left field bullpen, so it looks like he'll be back out for that 5th inning as that one's fouled away. And the count's 0-2 to Sun and Shine, who's trying to avoid a hat trick here in Game 2 at strikeouts. He's 0 for 2 with those 2 Ks. As Hudson Schaefer, Porter Hunsley, Parker O'Brien, anybody reaches base, he'll get a chance to swing the bat. This is popped foul out of play again. And it remains an 0-2 count here to Sun and Shine. 2 runs on 5 hits and an error for the Governors. That one is missing upstairs, and the count's 1-2. It is no runs on 1 hit and 1 error for Yankton. They've left 4 guys on base. Governors have left a total of 6 on base, and there's a strikeout of Sun and Shine, and there's 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. It brings up Hudson Schaefer, who struck out looking in his first trip to the plate, then drew a walk in that top of the 3rd. As he did get that RBI walk back in Game 1 in the top of the 3rd inning that got the Governors on the board. Here's a ground ball. The third baseman, Kamshoff, will field. His throw across the diamond is in time, and now 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. And it brings up Porter Hunsley, who walked in the top of the 2nd and got a base hit in the top of the 3rd. Looking for his 2nd hit here of game number 2. He did have 2 singles in game number 1. First pitch is upstairs for ball one. Assuming that we'll see Porter Hunsley throw at some point here over the next, whether this game, that was a pitch in tight for a strike, and the count's 1-1. You think that he will either get a start tomorrow afternoon or maybe come in relief. He could come in relief in this game as this one's fouled off of Hunsley, but he also could be a guy that, again, if he comes in relief in this game, depending on how many pitches he throws, he could be a guy that comes in relief tomorrow on top of it. And he might be your closer in the start of the season, or Coach Rowley might have a couple of different options for Porter Hunsley. There's a swing and a miss, and Goki's going to 1-2-3 top of the fifth. We get to the bottom of the fifth. Still 2-0 lead for Pierre over Yankton. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When the South Dakota sun is beating down, your home should be your sanctuary. But a broken air conditioner can turn your living room into a hot oven fast. Whether you need a quick repair or a full system replacement, AirTech Heating and Cooling is on the job. Our licensed technicians are available 24/7 for those unexpected emergencies. We pride ourselves on 100% customer satisfaction and quality service you can trust. Call 605-945-0160. AirTech Heating and Cooling, locally owned and keeping the Pierre area comfortable for over 20 years.
When life throws you a curveball, May Adam Law Firm in Pierre is here to help you knock it out of the park. For over 130 years, we've been providing trusted legal expertise in business, family law, criminal defense, and more. Proud sponsors of this season's baseball action, we're committed to serving our community both on and off the field. Need legal advice? Step up to the plate with May Adam Law Firm. Visit mayadam.net or call today. May Adam, South Dakota's law firm since 1881.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the fifth, and it is a 2-0 lead for the Pierre Governors over the Yankton Bucks, and it is going to be 8-9-1. Brennan Gilmore, Jackson Kudera, and Beck Reichen to the plates as Carter Templeton works into the fifth inning. As Chase Cooley went 3 innings. Then you had Sam Goki, who is now in relief of him on the mound. Carter Templeton has thrown 64 pitches through 4 complete. That was pitch number 65. That's taken for strike 1. And you've seen the pitch count start to kind of stall out a little bit more because Templeton is starting to get ahead of hitters as the game has gone along, as the count's now 0-2. And again, talking about what Will Danberg did in the first game, where he didn't have the best start, but he was able to kind of, really, Yankton didn't score after the second inning. It was a 4-run first, and they've scored just 1 run since then all the way into game number 2. As the 0-2 pitch is slapped to right field, that will get down for a base hit. Leadoff single for Brennan Gilmore, only the second hit of the ball game for Yankton. And it brings up Jackson Kudera. So 0-2 count, then a base hit ends up out for Gilmore as he's able to push it down the right field line. And it brings up Jackson Kudera, who struck out swinging his first at-bat. He'll try and lay down a bunt. It'll be a foul ball as Sun and Shine got up quickly, was able to field that off the first bounce. The count goes to 0-1. But, Danberg was able to kind of figure things out and have a better end to his outing. And Templeton, while he obviously went through the first 4 innings without allowing a run, he struggled to get ahead of hitters. But now as the game has gone along, he's getting ahead of those hitters early on, which has then lowered that pitch count or made that better for him to get through. Here's a bunt attempt. The throw to first will be just in time to get Kudera. And the Yankton dugout thought that he was safe at first. And Coach Lawrence will come out and probably ask then, as Carter Templeton is, I don't know if he came off. I think he's cramping up a little bit right now. But Coach Lawrence now talking to the field umpire, and no ask of any kind of help. So there is 1 out. There's a runner on at second. And it's now back to the top of the order, and Beck Reichen. 1-3 on the sacrifice bunt. Coach Rowie was looking to go to talk to or check on Carter Templeton. The umpire said that he couldn't without using a mound visit for the inning. Here's the first pitch to Beck Reichen. That'll miss low for ball one. Because if Coach Rowie needs to go out and talk to him for any other reason, you'd have to take him out in this inning. So the question to ask the umpire, not a smart question to ask before he just went out there. There's one. Will drop in for a strike. Reichen didn't agree with it, but it counts now 1-1. He's 0 for 1. He walked in the first. Was retired on a double play on a line out, doubling him up at second base, and he struck out swinging back in the bottom of the third inning. Runner on at second with one out. That pitch will miss low and away, and the count's now 2-1. Templeton trying to get through 5 completes. Yankton, right now, they feel like they have a chance to cut this deficit in half. As Reichen looks in the top of the order, and Yankton looked to try and make this at least a 2-1 game. Swing and a miss. Reichen took a big hack at it, but he missed it, and the count's now 2-2. He almost dropped down to a knee. Sam Goki, Easton Fieser, next two guys on deck. The big spot here for the Governors. Time is called by Beck Reichen. And this is a big spot. If the Governors are able to get through this here with no damage or just one run, it puts them more towards the bottom of the batting order for that 6th and 7th inning to try and win a baseball game. They got to get through this part of the order right now, as that one will miss outside. The count's now 3-2. Leading away from second is Brennan Gilmore, who got an 0-2 pitch and lined it out to right field for a leadoff single. Advanced on the sacrifice bunt. Now 3-2 pitch from Templeton to Reichen. Misses for ball 4, and it's first and second with one away. Now that does give you the opportunity for the double play. And Samuel Goki, who is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first and then ended up popping out of the shortstop to Carter Schuffelbein in the third. And Coach Edson now will make his way out and have a conversation with Carter Templeton. And this is, again, you're trying to force a ground ball right now. And not that, I mean, it's going to be tough to turn a double play. There's some good speed on the base path, but Goki's not slow-moving either. So you're going to have to be quick on an exchange, but you're looking for a ground ball to try to get a double play to get out of this inning. But you also got to be careful here, because this is 2 and 3 and 4 right now. That can turn this game from a 2-0 lead to a deficit pretty quick. First pitch, big cut there from Goki. Swings and misses for strike one. Goki in game number 1 had 2 singles, went 2 for 3, overall 2 for 4. Here in this doubleheader, here's the 0-1 pitch from Templeton. He'll deliver inside for a ball, and the count's 1-1. A 0 in the bottom of the 5th doesn't win you the ball game, but it certainly doesn't hurt you to try and win this ball game. Templeton peers in for the sign. He'll come set from the stretch. The 1-1 to Goki. That one is taken on the outside edge for a strike, and the count is now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big opportunity here for Carter Templeton to try and get a strikeout of Sam Goki. Templeton comes set, the 1-2. Taken for strike 3, and there are now 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. right after it was a pitch on the outside edge, come back to a curveball hitting the black of the inside part of the plate, and gets Goki looking, and there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th, and it brings up Easton Fieser, who's 0 for 2 with a line out to second and a ground ball to first. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. But again, this inning is still far from over. Fieser's not an easy out by any means. Gavin Johnson's been on base both times he's come to the plate. He'd be up next. Number 3 man in the batting order for Yankton. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball left side. That's going to get through for a base hit. That's going to score a run and make it a 2-1 game. Rounding second on their way to third. That will be for Beck Reichen. And it's a 2-1 game on an RBI single for Easton Fieser. And Yankton has got themselves within 1. And now it's first and third. Gilmore came in to score. Reichen advances 2 bases. And Gavin Johnson with an opportunity to make this a 2-2 game with a base hit. Easton Fieser over at first. Beck Reichen on at third. First pitch popped up, foul out of play on the right side. Johnson singled in the first. He was the only hit until this inning. He also reached on air to open up the bottom of the 4th. But a single to lead off the inning for Gilmore, scored on the single from Fieser. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gavin Johnson's feet were all over the batter's box at that point with the curveball that came in from Templeton. And the count's now 0-2. Anything in the turf, Sun and Shine's going to be blocking it up and firing a strike to first base. 0-2 pitch from Templeton. He'll hit him. And the bases are now loaded. And that will bring up Tate Bestie with a chance to give Yankton the lead with a base hit. With now 2 guys in scoring position. Johnson slow moving to first base. And Tate Bestie, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and struck out looking, is got the opportunity to make this a 3-2 game with a base hit. Johnson gets the courtesy runner that while it didn't feel good for Gavin Johnson, the good news for him is that the courtesy runner comes in so he can get to the bench. The bad news is that he's the catcher, so he gets a lot of punishment to begin with being the catcher, and now he had more there by being hit by the pitch. Tate Bestie waits on the first pitch. It's upstairs for ball 1. No activity in the left field bullpen. This is Carter Templeton's inning right now to try and keep this a 2-1 game. Bestie 0 for 2 so far in this game. Waits on the 1-0 pitch. That one's at the letters for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Bases are loaded. Reichen's at third. Fieser at second. Johnson, the runner for Johnson, on at first after he was hit by the pitch. And now Bestie, as the 1-1 from Templeton comes in, misses low and away, and the count's now 2-1. Governors will have 6, 7, and 8. O'Brien, Deal, and Danberg in the top of the 6th inning. Can they be looking to try and add on to the lead? Are they looking to be trying to take the lead back? Or are they trying to maybe tie it up? 2-1 pitch. High and inside. The count's now 3-1. A walk ties the game up. How choosy are you if you're Bestie? It's a great hitter's count. But with the bases loaded, you got to be real choosy because you don't want to swing at ball 4 thinking it's going to be a strike. 3-1 pitch. It's upstairs for ball 4, and we're tied. 2 runs have scored in the inning. And it's Carter Boomsma to the plate. And Coach Scott Rowley make his way out. He'll bring the infield in to have the discussion. I don't know if they're going to make the pitching change. I think he's still, and they're gonna keep Templeton on the mound right now and see if they can get Carter Boozma here. Leadoff single, sacrifice bunt to walk to Riken, an RBI single for Easton Feeser, hit by pitch, and a walk to Bestie. So 3 free passes in this inning have allowed 2 runs to score, and very big damage potential. Carter Boozma, who had the big 2 RBI single in game number 1, will take strike 1, and Templeton will get ahead of the hitter here to open up the bottom of the field in this at bat, the bottom of the field with 2 outs. Now we're going to get some activity in the left field bullpen for the Governors. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's fouled back, and the count's now 0-2. And another big pitch upcoming here for Carter Templeton. 2 outs, bases loaded. 0-2 pitch upcoming here from Templeton to Carter Boozma. From the stretch, Templeton delivers. Ground ball back up the middle. Shufflebine will field. They'll step on the bag, and they will get out of the inning, and we are tied after 5 completes. 2 runs score in the inning on just 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 men left on base. To the 6th we go in a brand new ball game. 2-2 between Pierre and Yankton. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward. As we welcome you back, it is the top of the 6th inning, and it is going to be 6, 7, and 8. Parker O'Brien, Jaron Deal, and Will Danberg. If anybody reaches base, it will then go to Bridger Babcock. As we start this 6th inning at a 2-2 tie on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Parker O'Brien, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right. This will be grounded back to the pitcher, Goki, on the 0-1. The throw to first is almost wide of the first baseman in Feeser, but he will make the play, and there's one down. Brings up Jaron Deal, who is 0 for 1. He drew a walk back in the top of the 2nd, and then he also grounded out of the shortstop in the top of the 4th. Here's a ground ball to the right side. This will be fielded by the second baseman, Kudera, and there's 2 quickly down here in the top of the 6th inning. And it will bring up now Will Danberg, the right fielder. Danberg had the RBI double that got the Govs on the board in this game and gave them their first lead of the doubleheader. He is 1 for 2, also reached on an error by the third baseman, which was Goki at the time. Excuse me, that was actually Kamshoff, as the first pitch is a strike and a swing and a miss by Danberg. Here's the 0-1. That one will be at the top of the zone. It's quickly 0-2, and Sam Goki is trying to make real quick work of the Governors here in the top of the 6th inning. 0-2 pitch. Taken, no. Well, it is strike 3. Didn't hear the umpire say that it was strike 3, but it is strike 3 called against Danberg, and that was a very quick top of the 6th inning. To the bottom of the 6th we go. It is still 2-2 between Pierre and Yankton. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. And we head to the bottom of the sixth inning. It is a 2-2 tie. Hudson Stosher now will take over on the mound. And we've got a slew of changes as Stosher's now at the mound. He comes from second base of the mound. Jaron Deal will move to second from left field. Danberg moves from right field to left field. And Aiden Johnson moves into the game to right field, replacing Bridger Babcock in the batting order. And so Bridger Babcock, I guess he technically could come back in and be in the lineup and could hit in the top of the seventh inning as his spot is due up first. But it is Hudson Stosher on the mound here for the Governors, and he will deal with 7, 8, and 9. And Simon Kampshoff, Brennan Gilmore, and Jackson Kuderup. And we'll tell you all of the totals for Carter Templeton here in just a moment. As you're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station, as we're past 9 o'clock on this Saturday night. Simon Kampshoff is 0 for 1. He struck out looking to end the third inning. It was 3 straight strikeouts for Carter Templeton that third. After the leadoff error got that inning started, and the first pitch will miss for ball 1. Hudson Stosher, again, we'll get you his stats here in just a moment. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's at the knees for a strike. Templeton went 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 4 walks and 6 strikeouts on 93 pitches, so he only had 12 to work with in the rest of the game, and he will be available again on Thursday, as that one is fouled back, and the count's now 1-2. But for Hudson Stosher, during the spring season last year, as he threw 11 2/3 innings. He had 2 starts, but 4 of his 6 appearances were in relief. He had 3 saves for the Governors, grounded right past the third baseman Parker O'Brien, and it will head into left field. I believe that will be a base hit for Kampshoff. And it brings up Brennan Gilmore. 4th hit of the ball game now for Yankton. As Gilmore, who is 1 for 2, comes to the plate. He's got everything kind of rolling in the bottom of the 6th inning. Showing bunts. Pulls it back and takes it low and away for ball 1. Again, Stosher had 3 saves for the Govs last spring. 7 hits, 6 of them runs, all of them earned, as that one's bunted foul. The count goes to now 1-1. 7 walks, 7 strikeouts, an ERA at 3.6, a whip at 1.2, and a batting average against at 179 during the spring season last year during his sophomore campaign. 1-1 pitch here from Stosher. Gilmore will bunt it right back to the mound. Stosher will throw to second. Is going to skip away from Jaron Deal in his first and second now with nobody out. Error will be charged to Stosher. And it's now first and second, and a good thought by Stosher. I think that obviously, hindsight being 20/20, could have thrown it to first, but the bunt was hard enough back to Stosher that I think the right play was made to throw to second. It just wasn't the throw that he wanted to make to Jaron Deal. Because if that got there without a skip, he was for sure out. It was going to be close play then after it bounced. But it turns into a throwing error by Stosher. First and second now with nobody out. And Jackson Kudera, who had a sacrifice bunt last inning. And they will pick off at second, and diving back in safely is Simon Kamshoff. It's Kudera that's at the plate, and the top of the order is up next. This is a big spot. You would think that Kudera is going to be bunting here to try and get second and third with one out and bring up the top of the order. A little wheel play on. This will get past Sun and Shine. And it's now second and third with nobody out. And so it's now 1-0 count. Nobody out, second and third. Infield's got to come in all the way around. Got to keep him from scoring on a ground ball on the infield. This will be flown out to right field. That's going to get over the head of the right fielder. Tracking it down, making the catch. Runner will tag. Good play there by Aiden Johnson, but it does score the run. And it's now a 3-2 game. And they will check to see if he left early from third. He did not. And it's now a 3-2 lead. And it's one out and a runner on at second. Sacrifice fly for Jackson Kudera. An RBI to make it now a 3-2 advantage for Yankton over Pierre. First pitch will miss low for ball one to Beck Reichen. Back to the top of the order here with one away in the bottom of the sixth. A good over-the-shoulder catch by Aiden Johnson. But no chance to throw him out trying to score. They tried to see if the runner at third and Kamshoff had left early. Home plate umpire said he did not, and the count's now 2-0. And Beck Reichen, who is 0 for 1, but he's walked twice. Struck out swinging in the third. 2-0 pitch upstairs, and the count's now 3-0. Base hit, an error. Wild pitch. Has made it second and third with nobody out in the sacrifice fly. Makes it a 3-2 lead for Yankton. Pierre will have 9-1-2 in the seventh. Right now needing at least one. That one misses maybe just a bit high. And it's now first and second, and it's Sam Goki to the plate. Does allow that double play to get back in order. But unfortunately for this Governor team, after scoring 2 in the second, they're going to find a way to get some runs here in the top of the seventh inning. And again, right now they need at least one, but this inning is not over, and anything extra for Yankton gives them the breathing room, as that one will miss outside for ball one. Leading away from second is Brennan Gilmore. Make that Reichen leading away from first. That one will catch the top of the zone. The count's now 1-1. The RBI sac fly from Jackson Kudera, giving them the 3-2 lead. RBI single from Easton Fieser and a RBI walk from Tate Bestie in that fifth inning. Tied the game at 2-2. This one's fouled away, and the count's now at 1-2. Again, we'll see if we can't get you the finish of the NCAA game. And the Elite Eight, as we'll try and get to the conclusion to it. They are in the second half. They just started, so we'll see how this game ends. This one will be upstairs, and the count's 2-2. Purdue leads Arizona 38-32. Illinois has already advanced to the Final Four. Illinois will play the winner of Duke and UConn. That will be played tomorrow. Michigan and Tennessee is the other game tomorrow, and we'll join that final game in progress. That one will miss inside. The count's now 3-2. Full count with one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. On deck, Easton Fieser. Number 2 man in the batting order right now, Sam Goki, who is the pitcher of record. Swings and misses to the 3-2 pitch for strike 3. And there's now 2 down. Here in the bottom of the sixth, and it's Easton Fieser to the plate. Fieser with that RBI single that got Yankton on the board. And with 2 away now here in the bottom of the sixth inning, can add to it, and runner takes off. That pitch will get to the backstop. Rounding third, thinking about trying to score, but will stop at third base was Reichen. Was Gilmore. Reichen moves up to second on the wild pitch. And it's now a 1-0 count with 2 outs and runners at second and third, and a chance for 2 runs to come in with a base hit by Fieser. Gavin Johnson waits on deck. There's a check swing foul. Right now, Aiden Johnson is the guy that will come to the plate for the Governors as the number 9 man, taking the place of Bridger Babcock as was the DH. Johnson moves into the field and is out in right. Then it'll be Carter Schuffelbein and Hudson Stoscher. So it is 9-1-2 for the Governors in the top of the 7th, right now needing at least 1 run. And this will be popped up on the left side. O'Brien's got an opportunity potentially near the dugout. He'll dive to his left and make the catch. Starting to run out of room, and then he realized he had to go back to his left. He makes the catch, and it will retire the side and send us to the top of the 7th with a 3-2 lead for Yankton over Pierre. Last chance for the Governors. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Back here as we head to the top of the 7th inning, and it is the Governors down by 1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. As it is the top of the 7th, 3-2 lead. Yankton has scored 2 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th, and now have that 1-run lead, and it will be Bridger Babcock that will step back to the plate, so he will return to the game. And they will figure out their defensive alignment in the bottom of the 7th, but they know that they have to score a run to get to the bottom of the 7th inning, at least 1 run. And Bridger Babcock will take ball 1. So Aiden Johnson is officially done for the game. Unless I did not see someone else, but everybody else was in their same spots. There's a swing and a miss. And the count's now 1-1. Bridger Babcock is 1 for 2. He singled back at the top of the 4th inning. Need to reach base here to get things started for the top of the order. Carter Schuffelbein, Hudson Stoscher, Then it would be sudden sun and shine. Pitch to Babcock. Ground ball right side. Sliding play with the first baseman. Throw to first is going to be in time on a great play from Easton Fieser to get it to Sam Goki. And that is a heck of a baseball play from both those guys. Both by the first baseman to make that stop. And then for Goki to not just admire the play, but run to first, knowing that the ball is hit to the right side of the field. And a really, really good play by both Fieser and Goki. And a 3-1 ground out to get us started at the top of the 7th. And taking a base hit away from Bridger Babcock. Carter shuffle by, and that one missed for ball 1. Boy, that is as good as it gets for a first baseman and pitcher. Here's a line shot out towards right center field. That's going to find the gap. Shuffle by is going to get on Swords all the way out to the wall. Shuffle by in round second already. He's going to be standing up at third. A 1-out triple for Carter Shufflebine. And the track speed that Shufflebine breaking school records last year during the track season. That was a no-doubt triple for Shufflebine at that moment. And now with one away, the Governors are 90 feet away from tying this game up. Second extra base hit of the day for the Governors, and everybody will move in now on the infield. First pitch will be high and inside for ball 1 to Hudson Stosher. And if they can get to 2 outs, Yankton will back up and play normal defense. But with only 1 out, they're trying to protect this 1-run lead. This is fouled back, and the count's now even at a ball and a strike. Shufflebine, I mean, I think it's still out in left center field. He's easily got a triple, but got a lot of speed for Shufflebine. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Stosher, and the count's now 1-2. Anything to put the ball in play right now. The only time that you don't want to put the ball in play is if they walk you or hit you. Can't strike out in this moment. Stosher will strike out. Swing and a miss, and it's now 2 down. And down to the final out here in the top of the 7th inning. Sudden Sun and Shine, who is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Base hit ties the game up. Infield back in normal depth. First pitch at the top of the zone for strike 1. Wild pitch, pass ball, ties the game up as well. That 1-out triple by Shufflebine. Can they find a way to cash in? Tie this game up here at the top of the 7th. 0-1 pitch. Popped up. That'll be foul. That'll get out of play. And count is now 0-2. And the Governors are down to their final strike here in game 2 of our doubleheader. Shufflebine leads away from third. Sun and Shine trying to extend this ball game out to another hitter. 0-2 pitch, missing low and away. That's a really, really good pitch by Goki. And a great take by Sun and Shine. Trying to get him to chase and strike out to finish the ball game. Count still 1-2 in favor of Goki. That one will miss outside, and the count's now 2-2. 3-2 lead for Yankton. Tying run 90 feet away. 2-2 the count to Sun and Shine. Sam Goki will come set from the stretch, deliver the 2-2. Ground ball to the left side. Beck Reichen will field his throw to first, will retire the side in the ball game, and Post 8 will fall to 0-2 on a 6-3 ground out. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. A 3-2 win for the Yankton Bucks over the Pierre Governors in Game 2 and a doubleheader sweep. 2 one-run games go in favor of Yankton. Back in 2 minutes to wrap it up. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627. As we welcome you back, it is a final score, and it is a win for the Yankton Bucks over the Pierre Governors 3-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. As the Governors had their opportunity, end up with a one-out triple from Carter Shufflebind at the top of the seventh, but a strikeout of Hudson Stosher and a ground out of Sutton Sunshine, and Yankton, who trailed 2-0 through 4 completes, got 2 runs in the fifth and then a run in the sixth. It was an RBI double for Will Danberg in the top of the second, followed by an RBI single from Carter Shufflebind, made it a 2-0 lead. Carter Templeton went 5 innings, giving up 3 hits, but the last inning he gave up those 2 runs, 4 walks and 6 strikeouts, and it was a RBI single from Easton Feaser and then an RBI bases loaded walk by Tate Bestie that tied the game at 2-2. And then in the bottom of the sixth, a leadoff single for Simon Kampshoff. Then it was Brennan Gilmore with that bunted the ball, but Stosher, again, I think the right play was there for Stosher. He had the opportunity, just the throw wasn't on the mark. Turned into an error that made it first and second with nobody out. Then it is a wild pitch that makes it second and third, and a fly out from Jackson Kudera turns into a sacrifice fly and a 3-2 lead. Stosher was able to get out of that inning, and then after a ground down and a really good play by the first baseman Feaser with then Goki covering, turned into that first out. Shufflebind got out to right center field on a one-out triple, but Stosher struck out, Sunshine grounded out, and the Governors fall 1 run short of Yankton in both games today. Time of the ball game was 1 hour and 58 minutes. Yankton got 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 9 men left on base. 2 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors, and 7 men left on base for the Governors. Sam Goki does get the win. 4 innings of relief, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Hudson Stosher will get the loss with an inning of work, no hits, 1 run. It was unearned, a walk and a strikeout. Chase Cooley, he started the game for Yankton, went 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts that were issued by Chase Cooley. So the Governors now will head to T tomorrow to try and make this a even weekend, try to go 2-2 on the weekend, and see if they can't get back to 500. And those are 2 big wins for the Yankton Bucks to open up the season, as they are now 2-0 to start this year. And they're a good baseball team. They're going to be a good baseball team as the season goes along when they get into midseason form. And this Governor team, I think there's a lot of good that's going to be coming from this team. But right now, the 2 losses are going to sting tonight, but hopefully they can turn those into 2 wins tomorrow up in T, as we'll have those games. Again, it's a 12 o'clock first pitch. We'll be on the air on YouTube at KCCR Sports at 11:45. The radio side of things will be on the air after the church service is done. So we will have the pregame and first pitch, and it could still be the top of the first inning by the time that the church service is done, and we'll see one where we're kind of sitting at the what time it is. But in general, you never know how a baseball game goes. We could be already in the top of the third by the time the church service is done, 20 minutes into after first pitch happened. But either way, we'll join it in progress on the radio side after we're done after the church service is done. We'll join in progress on KCCR, but we'll have its entirety on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We'll get you out to the finale of our basketball game, as it is still the Elite Eight, Purdue and Arizona. Still time left in that game. We'll get you out to finish that one here in just a moment. I want to say thanks to Emma Thielen, bag of the station. John Winkler here signing off. It was a 5-4 win in Game 1 for Yankton over Pierre in that first game, and then a 3-2 win for Yankton over the Governors in Game 2 for a doubleheader sweep for the Yankton Bucks. John Winkler here signing off. We'll see you tomorrow in T with a doubleheader on the way. Have a good rest of your night.
You've been listening to Pierre Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Baseball is brought to you by Kathy's Sunshine Properties, Kruger Contracting, Bank West, Overhead Doors, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Shane's Pharmacy, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Fording Electric, Pierre Closets, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, and AGE. Pierre Baseball is also brought to you by Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Lamb Motors, Xander Auto Parts, Comtech, First Dakota National Bank, Envirotech, Kruger Climate Systems, May Adam, Hunsley Auto Body, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Cone Egg, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Pierre Roofing and Gutters, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, and Todd's Electric. Join us all season for more Pierre Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota.